This is Jack Stanley, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Fonotipias, the records. I've been putting a number on lately, and a lot of them are Columbia Fonotipias. And, well, I have to tell you, there's a difference between a Fonotipia record and a Columbia Fonotipia record. Now, I just want to show you. This is an example of a Fonotipia. There we are. Get some light here. It's a shellac record. This is one by, I think it's Anselmi. Right there, yeah. But the one thing about it is a shellac record. It's pressed on shellac. And that's important, because when Columbia started its program, putting out Fonotipia recordings, they pressed them in the standard new way of making Columbia records, which was with a core, and it was laminated, which made for a very strong record. Now, I've got to tell you this, it made for a strong record, but it didn't age well. Now, I don't know if this is going to be seeable, but I'm going to try. Take a look. This is a Fonotipia Columbia. And if you look carefully, and I don't know if it'll show up here, you'll see lots of lamination cracks, because the surface was laminated onto the core. And as they have aged, they have cracked. And that makes for a really bad sound. And that's the unfortunate part of many of the Columbia Fonotipias. They're beautiful. They're fantastic performances. But they suffer that flaw that's in all of the Columbias, and that is lamination. So the end result is that many of the Columbia Fonotipias are very noisy. And so I have put some on here, and I will say that you've probably noticed some of them are rather noisy, and that's basically because of the lamination. I have a lot more to put on. Some of them have lamination issues, some have not. But I wanted to explain that because that's something that we don't usually hear about too much. The Fonotipia record, first off, is a very rare label. You don't see them very often. And the Columbia Fonotipias are not very common either. But the thing is that the Columbia Fonotipia had a fatal flaw. And that was, as time went on, its lamination started to separate. I hope you enjoy some of the records I've been putting on. I realize that some of them might be a little rough, as I mentioned. But still, they're a wonderful window into an area of recorded sound that you don't hear very often. So, I hope you enjoy. Thank you.